Richard Rauch, Investment Director, Brandywine Global. Welcome to the Investment Leaders Forum, New Zealand.
Thanks for having me.
It's a great pleasure. Richard, can you explain how your top-down, macro-driven process identifies undervalued bond and currency markets and why mean reversion is integral to the strategy?
Sure. So global bond and currency markets are very large, right? And we have to have some sort of mechanism for filtering the universe. Global bond benchmarks are not a good starting point for identifying value. And so, we know what's in the benchmark, but we're really not building a portfolio based on that. We're really looking at value. So mean reversion is extremely important to how we do that value analysis and part of our philosophy.
How do bond and currency valuations create feedback cycles, and why are these cycles so significant to your process at Brandywine?
So these feedback cycles are really, this is why mean reversion works within fixed income and currency. And I'll give an example. Let's say the Australian dollar starts appreciating, which we saw in the early 2010s, keeps going up and up and up. Eventually, that's going to cause a change in economic behavior. For example, central bank might intervene, or exporters might, have trouble, or more people might want to visit Australia. Less people want to visit the US or elsewhere. Eventually, the wheels go in motion for that to mean revert, the currency to start to fall. This happens time and time again with bond markets, whether it's government bond markets or credit markets, or in currency markets around the world.
Describe how you differentiate between price risk on the one hand and information risk on the other hand, and how this evaluation plays such an important role in the process.
So price risk and information risk are really the two areas that we're focused on when building a portfolio. And I like to call it so that price would be the science part of it, and information risk would be the art side of it. When the two line up is really when you take a meaningful active position. And so just because something has good value doesn't mean you want to own it. It has no catalyst or no information advantage in there. And conversely, if you have a big information advantage, or you think something is going to happen in a particular market, but the value's not there, you're not going to own it either. You really need the two to line up.
What does an unconstrained approach in fixed income mean in practice, and how does it benefit investors, at the end advised clients who are really looking to achieve long-term investment objectives?
So global bond markets are not just one market. So unconstrained investing allows you to access all the different areas of bond markets. So that could include developed market government bonds, emerging market government bonds in hard currency or local currency. It could include credit markets. That would be corporate credit. It could be securitized markets, and then currency markets. So you add these things together, and really you want to focus your portfolio on what has the most value. And that means you own the things with value and don't own those without value.
As a value fixed income investor, are you really issuer pickers, and in the analogy with stock pickers?
For sure. I mean, that might happen at the country level, but it leads you to be contrarian too, right? When you focus on mean reversion, it could be quite uncomfortable to take something that has good value, but the market hasn't appreciated it yet. And so you might be early, but if you're unconstrained and have a long time horizon, that actually works out to your advantage.
Richard Rauch, Brandywine Global, thank you for participating in the Investment Leaders Forum, New Zealand.
Great. Thanks for having me.